why are you spending 2 months in an eval account? All right, let's chat. You've been there, you've clicked this video and you're struggling to pass eval accounts, or you may have passed evaluations before with a prop firm, but you just can't seem to get consistent payouts. In this video, I'm going to discuss the 3 biggest reasons why I once struggled and why you might be struggling to pass accounts and to get payouts. If you keep watching to the end, I'm going to give you some actionable steps and I'm going to incorporate some psychology and some strategy elements into this video. With that being said, guys, let's go. I just want to point out for you guys that I've been exactly where you guys have been. I've failed accounts. I've been close to passing and failed the account on the last day that I needed that extra little bit of money, and that pressure gets to the head. I've also been close to getting payouts and blown accounts. Every single trader has learned from these experiences, so don't think you're alone. Everyone has been there. And all this, guys, today, if you implement this and you do it truly, like hand on your heart, you actually implement these things, I do not see why in the next 6 to 8 months, you cannot be making consistent payouts with prop firms. With that being said, let's get into the video. Let's go. The number one biggest thing for anyone from the get-go is that you do not have a strategy. You're lacking strategy. So many people come to me and they say, Ruben, I can't get a payout. I can't pass accounts. You don't have a good strategy. And yeah, it might be quite harsh, but you don't. There's so many strategies out there. You can go on my YouTube channel, macros and versions. You can look at ICT 2022 model. You can look at whatever you want. Choose one system. And this is the biggest part. Once people have a system, they don't collect enough data. Too many people just watch a video or watch my stuff and go, look, why is it not working? Why is it not working here? Why is it working there? You need to collect data. That could be backtesting. Doesn't have to be. Or on a weekend, today's Sunday when I'm recording this, you guys go back in your charts. Go back in your charts and have a look throughout the whole week. Go back in your charts like this. Go back, go back, go back. And identify any single setup that fits your model, that fits your criteria. That's it. Quite easy, quite simple. So for example, we can go back on Friday. This is what I do. And this here was a really nice long setup that I called for my premium community. It was using dealing ranges, it was using the Power 3, and it was using concepts that I actually implement myself. That's what you guys need to do if you're struggling to pass accounts. You need to collect data, and collecting data does not have to be backtesting. Stop thinking backtesting. It just needs to mean you're seeing the charts and you're seeing the patterns. Number one. On the topic of collecting data, you keep switching strategies. You keep moving between one and the other. My strategy is going to have losing streaks. I've taken 3, 4, maybe 5 sometimes losses in a row, but I still come back. And if you're in the premium Discord, if you're in my free community, you'll know that yes, you'll have losing streaks. So you need to understand the probabilities and you need to understand how your system works. What is the average number of losses you can expect? What's the average number of wins? The only way you get that, guys, is point number one. You need to collect data. And a lot of people are too lazy to do this. I'm not saying to spend 10 hours on the weekend collecting data, backtesting. Just spend an hour, go back in your charts, and in 1 hour, you should be able to identify on your charts. I reckon at least 25 to 30 setups in 1 hour. Easy. Journal that, collect screenshots of that, print it out, review that, and do that every single week. You do 25, 30 examples a week. In a month, you've got over 100 chart examples of your setup playing out. Muscle memory, you're remembering what these things look like. So when you approach the markets in a live condition, you're going to be able to execute. So number one is the lack of strategy. And these are the 3 things that I'd work on with examples of how you do that. Now, before we get on to number 2 on this list, I've got something for you guys. And if you're in my free community, you already know about this. But if you go to my Discord, the link will be in the description below, the free Discord. I've got a flow chart on how to find a bias. And I've also got an ICT checklist, which will help you siphon out and filter the good quality setups from the bad quality setups. Start there if you're new. Let's move on. So number one is lack of strategy. If you think you've got that down pat, then let's move on to number 2. And number 2 here, a lot of people are going to say, what's this? The lack of risk management. I'm not just talking about how much you risk. That's one element of this. Risk management, multiple things. Write this down. Number 1, how much you risk. Number 1. Number 2, how many trades you're going to take before you call it a day. And number 3, when you risk more and when you risk less. Let me elaborate on the charts. All right, let's go back here, right? We've got a dealing range and the dealing range is from here. We've got a dealing range high and we've got a dealing range low. But if you've been here for a while, you know that I like to use dealing ranges, and it's as simple as looking at the Fibonacci and drawing it from low to high. When we're below 0.5, you look for longs. When we're above 0.5, we look for shorts. Does that make sense? Now, anytime we're down here, when price is sitting all the way down here, I'm looking for longs. And if someone took a long down here, it deserves higher risk. But why is it the case? Because we have multiple things that indicate that price may want to have a really aggressive move back to the upside. And how do I know that? From data collection. We've swept sell side. We've tapped into a 15-minute fair value gap. We found support here. We've bounced. It's a macro. All these things are lining up. So I want you guys to appreciate before we move forward that risk management is not just about how much you risk. That's important. It's not just about how much you lose, how much you win. It's about what are these setups that you're going to risk more on? What are these setups that you're going to hold runners on? What are the setups that you're going to cut early? This takes time and this takes patience. You're not going to get this overnight. So please stop thinking that just because you held a runner one day that the next day it's going to run. No, it's not the case. Trading is a probabilities game. And as we said here, you need to understand the probabilities. A lot of people, point number 3, right? They don't understand it. They don't understand that trading is probability. Stop trying to look for perfection. Focus on what happens more often than not, because that's what's going to make you money. And before we move on to the last point, I want to make a little interjection here. And I want you guys to really study the rules of prop firms and really go back to the basics. This last point is psychology, but I want to talk about psychology when it comes to prop firms because most people are trading on props. A lot of people do not understand that trading prop firms profitably is a sum in, sum out game. How much are you spending on accounts and how much are you pulling out? Stop treating prop firms like a personal account. They're different. The rules are different. The parameters are different. Think of it as in money in versus money out. And that's it. And that's how we're going to phrase this next section, because a lot of people want to risk such small amounts on prop firm accounts and wonder why they keep blowing up. Have a listen to this third point and let me know if this has happened to you, because it has happened to me in the past. And once I started thinking differently, the payouts started rolling in. Let's get into it. All right, so imagine this. You're trading a prop firm. You are on day number 1 and you have a really good day. You're on day number 2, another good day. Day number 3, another good day. Day 4, day 5. But you're on an eval account. You know your strategy works. You've back tested, you've collected the data, you've got good risk management. You know when to risk more, you know when to risk less, but you're on an eval account. I want to ask you guys a question. You might have had 5 winning days of say $400, $500 on the eval account. Is that going to lead to your account being passed on a 50K account, for example? Well, it's not, right? Because most prop firm accounts, you need a target of $3,000. So even if you made 500 here, 500 there, 500 there, 500 there, 500 there, you're still short one day. And what happens for a lot of people, they get to that 6th day and they blow up. And they've just had 5 really good trading days. They just made 5 good trading days of $500 or $400. And that money, that $2,500, that $2,000, whatever it is, it's gone. It does not exist. And what I coach a lot of people to do, and what I've done myself, is instead of spending time in an eval where there's zero chance to make money in an eval, simple as that, spend more time in a funded account. So once you've proven to yourself, right, that you have the strategy, once you've proven to yourself that you have risk management, once you've proven that your strategy does work, why are you spending 2 months in an eval account? That is going to increase the chance of you blowing up before you get a payout. That's going to increase the chance of you having this deadly cycle, right? The cycle where you trade very good in an eval, but you just can't seem to pass. And the reason is you're not giving yourself the right conditions to actually make money. It's as simple as that. Trading prop firms is a probabilities game. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you're going to make money and the sooner you're going to be consistent trading prop firms. Now, the third point here is lack of psychological control. And this applies to both trading the prop firms, but also when you're trading the accounts themselves. You can't trade from fear. Right, it's as simple as that. If you're trading from a fear-based perspective, your decisions are going to be irrational. You're not going to hold trades that you're meant to hold. You're not going to, cut trades that you're meant to cut. And overall, your trading is going to be horrible. So you need to develop that psychological control. But how do you do that? Patience, time, and trading from a place where you don't need the money. If that can't happen for you, if those 3 things can't happen for you, you're not going to be a successful trader, because no decision made on impulse in the long run is a good decision. Remember that. Let's compare 2 people, trader A and trader B. Now, these 2 traders have exactly the same risk management. They have exactly the same psychology. They have exactly the same approach to the market. But trader A spends more time on evals, and trader B actually spends a little bit more money up front and spends more time on funded accounts. Compare how different these results are. And this is one big thing. A lot of people I see could be getting payouts and improving their psychology along the way, but they're too focused on trying to have an ego and trying to pass that funded account in a certain way. Let's discuss it. So trader A. Trader A makes $200 on day number 1 on an eval. They do that on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Day 5, they have a bigger day. They make $1,000. That's great. Now, trader B does exactly the same thing. They make $200 on the first day. They make the same on day 2, day 3, day 4. And then on day 5, they make $1,000. But you might be saying, well, what's the difference? Trader A is on an eval account. They have zero chance to make money. Trader B has paid a little bit more money up front. They've done aggressive passing of evals, or they've gone to a straight to funded account. And now what they have, trader B, is actual tangible money they can withdraw. Now let's go on a bit further. Let's say trader A on day number 6, they blow up, right? Trader A on day 6, they blow up, they lose their account. Trader B, same thing. Who has a chance to take a payout before they blow up? Who has a chance? Is it trader A or trader B? It's trader B, because trader B is on the funded account. So I want to point this out. If you're struggling to get payouts, yes, it could be lack of strategy. Yes, lack of psychological control. Yes, lack of risk management. But once you have those things down enough that you can trade 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days profitably, then you're ready, in my opinion, if it suits your circumstances, not financial advice, to either have a straight to funded account or try to pass evals more aggressively. So instead of spending 1 month passing an eval, pass or fail in 3 days. Yes, you'll fail some, yes, you'll pass some, but the money you make, like I've shown here, after those 5 days being in a funded account is actually money you can take out. Whereas trader A cannot take out that money, and they blow up time and time again before they see any kind of success. And you're just one payout away from building that confidence. With that being said, guys, I hope this resonates with you. If you have any comments, leave those below, but this is the truth. Right? A lot of people don't want to hear this, but this is the truth. Some in versus some out, probabilities game, focus on strategy, focus on risk management, focus on psychology. With that being said, guys, hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk very soon. Peace.